Hi everyone, I'm Alice from Tap with Alice, and in this video, I'd like to share with you a really quick technique. It's a little version of EFT tapping. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique or tapping, and it's a method of tapping on acupressure points while we talk about our problems. And this is not classic EFT. Very often in EFT, people find that they prefer one particular point. And although we use all of the points in EFT, you can focus more on one of them. So this is not an EFT technique, but it's a quick method of helping yourself to calm down in the moment or when you need a little boost of energy. And it uses three of the main acupressure points that we use in EFT. It can also be really helpful for children, for example, because sometimes children don't always have the concentration to go around a full round of all of the points, which is 8 or 9 in the shortcut version that we generally use. So children can often do really well with this technique where they don't have many things to remember. And it's really fast as well because children shift stuff quickly, don't they, compared with adults with decades of stuff that stuck to them over the years. Um, and it's a technique that you can use without words. So again, really easy and simple to use, and it can just boost up your energy. And Donna Eden uses a version of this in her Eden Energy Medicine techniques as well. So I'm just going to be using 3 points in this technique. One is on the top of the head. So right in the top of the head there, if you take your hands, the heels of your hands, and put them on your ears, where your fingers meet in the middle, that is the tapping point. So take your fingers in a bird's beak and tap on the top of your head like that. Just a few times, firmly enough that you can feel it, but not too hard that you hurt yourself. That's the first one. The next one is the under the eye point. So right on the cheekbone there, not too low down, right up there on the eye socket, on the base of the eye socket. If you're looking straight ahead, it's directly in line with your pupils, and you can just take 1 or 2 fingers and tap there. And the next one is the collarbone point. So from the points of your collarbones, go down and to the side, and there's a hollow, and that's where we're tapping. Collarbone point. Again, take your fingers in a bird's beak. It's quite handy like that. So those are the 3 points, and you can just do that once, twice, 3 times maybe. And the reason I've chosen these 3 particular points is this. The top of the head is called the 1,000 meeting point in Chinese. And it's a really good point where many, many meridians meet up on the top of the head, especially the yang meridians. So there's yin and yang in traditional Chinese medicine and philosophy. And all of the meridians, the energy channels in our body, are divided into yin and yang. So the top of the head is where many of the yang meridians meet there. This one is where many of the yin meridians meet. It's the on the kidney meridian, and it's the end of the kidney meridian, but it's also a place where a lot of the yin meridians pass through. So this is a really key one as well. And this one under the eyes is related to the stomach meridian. It's the starting point of the stomach meridian, in fact. And it's just really useful for digestion and for a sense of grounding. So, why is digestion important? Well, in our modern day lives, we do digest a lot of different foods that are not really natural. So, whether it's a quick sandwich that you grab from the supermarket, or whether you're drinking a lot of alcohol, or whether you're eating microwave meals instead of home cooking your food if you're busy and you haven't got much time, eating too much sugar, which is something that many of us do with, or simply just overeating because we have such a proliferation of food available to us. Most of us are lucky enough to have that anyway. It's not always the best quality food, but there's a huge quantity of food available. Also, in traditional Chinese medicine, digestion is about digesting information and how much overload of information we all get these days. You know, we're constantly looking at our phones, the internet. Many of us don't disconnect from work anymore because we are constantly online. We take work calls at home and over the weekend, and it can be a real overload of information. And so digestion is also about digesting that. that intake, anything that goes into your body, anything you see, visual stimulation, coming home from work and then you watch television for a few hours. That's a lot of visual intake. So this is a really good point for digestion. And digestion and the stomach meridian in traditional Chinese medicine is related to the earth element. So it's really helpful to have a strong, healthy earth element to help us to ground and to feel healthy and contented. So let's do that just once more, just for fun, because it feels so good. So we do top of the head for a few taps here, and then the stomach, and then the collarbone points. In fact, let's do that 3 times just because it feels so good. Here's the second time round. And one last one. Some nice deep breaths if that feels good for you. There you are, relaxed, bright, focused, and energized. Thanks so much for watching. You can find me on tapwithalice.com.